Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Miriam producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
On a Saturday night,
Singing
could be New York, maybe Hollywood and
Don't you guys just
London,
love this
Paris,
song?
Tokyo.
Hello, AfterBuzzers. Welcome to another Younger After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your host, Sam Davidson. If you guys haven't done so already, please go on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, rate, review, subscribe. We love, love, love hearing your feedback and your comments. I have two lovely people here with me this evening. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Oh, thank you. Well, I know I say it every week, but I get so excited because I love Hilary Duff. And no one gets it. And every time I try it, since a young boy, since I've tried to play a Hilary Duff song, no one lets me because I think she's shit, and she is a bit shit, but that's why I love her. So it feeds my soul that I can come in here every week and play my favourite Hilary Duff tunes.
I get you, Dan.
And you are?
I better introduce myself. So I am Dan the Man, I'm Dan Babic. You can find me on Instagram at Dan Babic, and then on the Twitter at Dan Babic with an underscore.
And share your love of Hilary
Share
Duff.
my love, yeah, tweet me Hilary questions, yeah.
I'm Lindsey Miller. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rockin' Mama Life.
Ooh.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at SamD43 on Twitter and Instagram, and of course AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. Today we are talking about Younger, Season 2, Episode 5, called Jersey Shore.
Sure.
Sure. What did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it?
I could do it without the truffle butter.
Okay.
But I'm from New York, but I lived in Jersey for quite some time. So anytime we can take a little trip to Jersey.
Were you born in Jersey? Because I always just think boring. I just think boring.
No, I was born in New York.
Oh, there you go. So you were like born in the cool part, and then you moved to
no, I was like the part of New York that's like pretty much Canada.
Oh, that's alright. Because I was from like the shittest
far
small
out
town in Australia ever. So now I'm like, I don't even want to go near anywhere that's like remotely basic. Like I'm like LA, New York. That's it. I'm not leave. I live in Hollywood at the moment. I moved from West Hollywood, and I look at that as the valley.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
All right,
You are such a diva.
I am, but if you saw where I grew up,
Jersey.
no, if you saw where I grew up, it was just a fucking shit show. So now I'm like, do you know what? I've dealt with the shittest place on earth, so now
Watch your
I'm
language.
like, on point places.
Okay. Well, did you like the episode, Dan?
Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. Love the show. And I remember saying last week that I feel like it's like a Sex and the City type thing where you become obsessed. You know, the first season we liked it, but the second season I'm obsessed. I felt like this was just like a filler episode. You know, like just one of those, wasn't bad, wasn't great, but it was just kind of like a, when artists put out music and there's like the 3-4 top songs, and then there's just those kind of ones because they need to complete an album. I felt like it was that in the series.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
I totally get that. I feel the same way, but I think that there was some great strides, though. It's very important with these kinds of episodes that we call filler episodes, or filler songs even, on an album, because they create this character development that creeps up on you at the end. Do you know what I mean?
Totally, yeah.
So, and I think this was a great one for Josh and Liza to really develop.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying in the sense that the bulk of the episode was a little bit slower in terms of there wasn't that much really sexy, fun stuff
drama.
going on.
Except
but
for truffle
I feel
butter.
like
Except for truffle butter.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
The end, I feel like, was huge. And what we learn over the course of this episode was huge.
Absolutely. Let's get into it then.
Yeah.
Start with Josh and Liza in bed together. Happy. He is so cool.
Spooning and forking.
Forking and spooning. And he's so sexy. And
So
I just
hot.
can't, in these scenes with him, I'm like, he's being so sweet. He's so beautiful. And to me, Liza is the least likable character.
I agree, yeah. Like
I am so I love
we
her.
like her, but don't love her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
All right. Well,
Maybe it's because I'm old.
no, we're supposed to. We are supposed to love her.
I really like her. I love Sutton Foster, just as an actress and an artist. I think she's brilliant. But first of all, she looks amazing.
Oh my god, that body! I was like, oh my god, like hot,
like she's
hot.
in real life, like mid to late 40s, and she looks amazing.
She just needs that. I just said last week. She just needs that done, and then she'll look 20.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're so wrong.
And by that, for those of you listening, Dan just pointed to the thing in the middle of your forehead.
No,
that
I was
line.
just saying because I'm like, if she wasn't on the show, I would say, you're so beautiful for your age. I'm actually not really fully into plastic
For your
surgery.
age, she's gorgeous.
No, she's beautiful.
For any age.
Not beautiful at any age. Embrace who you are. But just for the show, like that is just the giveaway. Just the little that there just kind of throws it off. And we agree on that. I know I don't want to promote getting plastic surgery, but I think in order to convey a 20-something-year-old, she needs to get that done.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. She's a stressed out 20.
there's an interesting moment between Josh and Liza when they're in bed together because her daughter, Caitlin, starts following him on Instagram or sends a request. Apparently he's private. Of course he is. On Instagram, and she's like, don't accept it. She freaks out, calls Caitlin, who is now all of a sudden like, cool as a cucumber about the whole thing.
Super well adjusted.
In the suburbs.
Makes a joke about him like not being legal to date, and
I don't like her. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, same. Actually, she gets at least likable. I hate her. Yeah.
I love her.
Why?
annoying.
What is there to like about Caitlin? Please tell me. Besides her being the protagonist's daughter. I mean, that should be enough.
Maybe it's because I like Liza as well, because I just see a lot of Liza in her. I think she's spunky, and I think she's... I don't know. I just really like her.
I just think she's a little bitch. That's what I reckon. I remember Liza was like, come back and stay with me. I'm like, no, stay with the dad. We don't want to see you again. Yeah.
No, I like her.
Well, I'm glad we have differing opinions. That's always fun.
So funny.
I like you, Caitlin.
But I'm with Dan on this one.
Ooh, we're like, this is
you
like,
haven't seen enough of her to not
she's
like
annoying.
her.
Like, there's a reason they've shipped her off to like New Jersey or wherever the hell she's now.
I bet she was how any teenager whose mom is suddenly dating somebody that she could reasonably date.
Caitlin's not pretty enough to get with him.
I think she's beautiful.
She's pretty, but like mum's prettier, I reckon. Yeah.
Well, Dan reckons that
so
mom is
baffled.
prettier. I
do you reckon?
agree.
Oh my
I
God.
agree.
I think
Me and Sam,
you
you're like,
see Caitlin like schlubbing it. She's running around the block. I think she's a pretty girl.
Okay,
annoying.
let me just say this before we move on to the next topic. Yes, Caitlin is young, but she has also been in India, which is supposed to make you all like zen.
Yeah.
And
She's definitely not zen. She's
No.
a little uptight. She's got some of her mother in her.
Yeah, I suppose so. And maybe we're just not, me and Dan are just not a fan of
I
the
like
Sam.
her.
But I
think
swear
she's
all those
sarcastic
spiritual
and
people are like, sorry I just like
saucy.
interrupt you.
It's okay.
But I swear all those are like spiritual people, like the yogis and stuff, no one's more stressed than a yoga teacher or like, someone that goes, like I tell you, they're the most stressed people out of anybody.
It is true. A lot of people gravitate towards yoga because I teach yoga.
Oh, do you?
So it's
Yeah.
super intense. I'm very intense.
Maybe we're just like talking about Lindsay and it's
I
just
know,
I think that's why I like
Yeah.
that. I think that's why I like her. I'm like, she's sarcastic and she's saucy and she's a little bit like, I don't know, she's gonna call you out.
Well, speaking of sarcastic and snarky, we have Jade, who okay,
Hot mess.
she's awful. Like we all
I agree with you on that. She is a Kesha wannabe.
Oh yes, a blonde. Yes. Oh, Kesha is blonde. What am I thinking? I don't
We
even
love
know.
Kesha.
But like
yeah.
not the new Kesha, who's like super sweet and like got her stuff together after rehab, but like the original Kesha.
The wake up in the
Like-
morning feeling like P
like
Diddy
that
one.
hot mess Kesha.
When she was like, this place about to blah, I'm like, how's that a number one single?
Yeah,
gross.
she's definitely one of those. She's not fun. So in the episode, Jade, Diana, and Kelsey and Liza all have a meeting about the book, which Jade is really not giving any information on.
Except for the cover, which I wrote down because I was like, she's a piece of work. She wants the cover of the book to be sitting under the subway next to a homeless man pleasuring herself under a leather skirt. And she wants the sound of her orgasm to play as you open the cover. To which Diana responded with the line of the show, well, the book signing will be fun.
Yeah.
Which was, like, brilliant.
Poor Diana is the only, like...
voice of reason in this room. She's like,
the
what
only one,
am I
yeah.
missing?
But obviously it is ridiculous, but I was thinking just from a PR perspective. Like, that would sell. Like, that would... Like, when have you ever...
No, it would
like, I would
not.
buy that. Like, you're probably going to be team...
That would rot on the shelves of Spencer's Gifts
Like, you would
in,
just-
like, malls across America.
You'd buy it just because it's funny.
No,
like it just because it's a bit of,
nobody would
bit
buy
of a
that.
joke. I would buy it.
Okay,
I think
well-
it's funny, yeah.
Let's say people did buy it because it was funny. This is
Yeah.
a very prestigious publishing company with a new, they're doing this new millennial, what are they calling it? Imprint, which to me that word does not really like make sense for. Is that are you
think
familiar
it's
with the word for like publishing?
I mean, it
thing?
must be. I'm just sort of assuming knowledge that it must be a used word in the industry, because I would find it strange for the
I just
writers
keep
to
on-
just like make up something.
I think about Twilight. Anyone here a Twilight fan?
No.
Because if you imprint on someone, that means that you like are obsessed with them and love them forever. And every time I
creepy.
hear that word for this new,
Imprint, yeah.
imprint,
Mm.
it's very interesting that they are kind of letting Kelsey have whatever she wants without. I mean, Diana is overseeing things,
Yeah.
which we see very briefly.
Well, what I don't understand is, we find out in this episode that the entire budget for the imprint went to Jade's advance.
So
and what I
stupid.
don't understand is how Diana would have okayed that or
Yeah.
been on board with that, or why she was not even, if she's overseeing it, like wouldn't know that all of the budget went to her, which is, first of all, not very
Smart.
realistic.
Yeah.
Because typically advances, especially in the US, are like under 10K. Like these days, you just don't get like these huge advances typically, unless it's a book that's, super coveted, which perhaps this
Yeah, but maybe she,
was.
because we don't know, like, I kind of agree with you. Yay, we agree. Normally we always agree, but tonight we just haven't. But I'm like, maybe she is, because, like, the biggest celebrity ever. Maybe she's like a Kim Kardashian in the show.
Maybe.
But in saying that, like, but I kind of thought, like, a bit of a flaw in the storyline, a bit in the writing, but then I was like, okay, it is younger. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a bit of fun. But, it was almost like, when people on TV shows like buy a drink and then they immediately chuck it in the bin, or buy something and then don't pay for it.
Right.
Felt like it was one of those moments. Yeah.
That's a really interesting point, like, except that they paid for it with all the money that they have for their imprint, which
Right.
is,
Yeah.
like we said, it doesn't seem logical. So basically, Kelsey ends up meeting Jade later after their initial meeting at the publishing office
Because the pages were like nothing she'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Nothing, yes.
because they just didn't exist. And Kelsey's waiting in a bar for Jade, doesn't show up, and then Lauren, her roommate and friend, starts sending her texts being like, did you see this? It's Jade all over town, like we said, blowing all of her money.
Hashtag blowing my advance.
Oh, and she literally bought like a gold, what do you call it?
Gold taco?
I don't
or
even know, to
something,
do
or-
cocaine with. And
Oh, gold straw.
Yeah, and Kelsey says to Lauren, where do you even get that? And Lauren goes, Etsy. Like,
Oh, of course Lauren would know that, yeah.
well, I just think that's hilarious because I thought about it and I was like, you know what? You probably could find that on Etsy.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
For sure.
She recognizes the lotion in like one of the hotel rooms.
Exactly. So they go busting into that hotel and to Jade's party, and I don't understand what what Jade thinks is going to happen at the end of this whole thing, because she basically blows them off and says, "There's no book. You're like obsessed with me
Yeah.
and stalking me."
Yeah, she's like, BITCH, get it right.
And don't mess with my Hilary. Like, don't you dare mess with Hilary.
So
Yes.
two things. One, I don't know if this seems a little bit far-fetched, but the only thing I could think of was the whole drama with Josh, that she just hasn't gotten over it. Or she's just an idiot, and she's like, I got this huge advance, I'm gonna blow it, and what are they gonna do about it? But they're gonna sue her.
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense, although I'll let you know my
I think
predictions.
because Darren Star's
really
the creator, so I think like he's a smart guy. I don't think she's annoying. She's not likable. Everyone that watches the show,
her.
so I think she's gonna have to serve a purpose. Otherwise, it's like why is she there just to piss us off?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe there's like with the Josh, and there's something really deeper going on.
But we found out like that whole Josh thing. So
I don't think it's a Josh thing. I think honestly, at least for me watching it, it's a judgment thing for Kelsey. I mean, I'm a nice Midwest girl, and I don't ever want to work with the next Kim Kardashian. That seems so unappealing to me. But at the same time, it's a good business move, which is why they are sacrificing their sanity to work with this person.
Right. Well, I mean, the whole point is it's the first, like, millennial imprint, and so it would make sense to do something that's gonna mass appeal to millennials, and what they were sold on the concept was this huge tell-all, no holds bars, which would be perfect if it exists.
But how many awesome millennials out there have blogs that reach millions and are big on YouTube or whatever? There's so many to choose from that I'm sure are easier to work with than Jade.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I think it's just, but at the same time, Liza is supposed to be the brains of this operation, and she is like not shutting it down.
Yeah.
Because Liza's actually not, like, she hasn't been in the game for that long. Like, like she was, a massive, in the game, in the PR, in the publishing way back when. But she's been out of it for 20 years. So she's a bit rusty. And I do think, because the show is all about girls supporting each other, she's got Hilary's back.
Oh, yeah.
She's will fight for her to the end.
Gonna write the book.
Yeah, so, you're onto something. Totally, yes.
Ooh, okay. All right, well, talking about Liza, she runs into an old friend, Michelle.
Did she run into her?
No, actually, Michelle and her husband, Tom, literally stalked, it seemed, Liza.
Oh my God.
Because I guess that...
As all good friends do.
Doesn't make any sense. I guess...
It makes total sense.
No, it does not. Liza's daughter...
Did you grow up in a small town?
I grew up in Cleveland. I don't know. I guess.
Like a small town, like where, everybody from, your high school, and you, see all their parents at the grocery store if you go home, and they, ask how you're doing, and then everybody you ever knew knows about, everything you're up to after, running into their mom.
Get a fucking life. I used to hate, you could just see, literally, it was this, typical mum, and when she used to drive past my house in the small town, she would drive really slow, just looking for me to wave to, and say,
I love it!
I hate it, because then they all bitch about you. It's like, get a life. Get a life. Yeah, focus on your own life.
Okay, well, we may agree or disagree on this point. But long story short, Michelle and Tom saw that Liza was dating this new hot young guy that is in a band playing at this bar in New York City. They decided to make a night of it.
Of course.
And go out to dinner, but really see... Liza and this band and this new hot young dude. And Michelle...
I would totally do that.
Oh, come on. No, you would not.
I so would.
That is insane.
So funny. Poor you were like attacking. Normally we're always me and Rocket Mama, me and Lindsay are always on the same tonight. But tonight me and Sammy are just not agreeing with you. We still love you.
I would. If I found out that one of my good mom friends was divorced from her husband and dating some hottie toddy who had a show in the valley somewhere, I would totally do a date night and go to the show in the valley just to say hi.
You wouldn't Facebook message her and be like, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm coming to this show.
Depends how close of friends we are.
Well, I think that is a testament that if you are close friends or not, you shouldn't care enough to go stalk them out.
I mean, hey.
Whatever. They go.
And Michelle and Tom, of course, the name's Michelle and Tom, the two most normal names ever, and you can just see them that's what I hate that.
I loved Michelle.
I didn't.
Oh, she was a piece of work.
I hated her.
I know at least 50 people that are Michelle.
You can just see her in the car park with, the thing, guess what? I did dinner with Liza. It's
van. I can't. I love it.
Well,
kill me now.
At the end of the day, Michelle was a bit jelly of Liza. And they go to the concert. They meet Josh. And when she sees Josh, she's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They were all worried about her, but No.
No, I'm worried about poor Michelle. Like, she can't be sexually satisfied looking at her husband.
She's
and then,
wearing the truffle butter shirt.
She is, so maybe she is.
Jesus, the truffle butter. So, speaking of truffle butter, Michelle invites Josh and Liza over for dinner where she's making a truffle butter steak, right?
With the real truffle butter.
Yes, Josh is probably agreeing because he's like, yay, party.
Yeah.
But they go to New Jersey. Josh wants to see where Liza's from, is truly interested. He brings a weed pop, which it proves how young he is.
Oh my god, I love that moment
love
when
that,
he's
yeah.
like pulling out a lollipop to suck on like a toddler going into the party.
Yeah, he thinks he's just gonna walk in there with a lollipop in his mouth.
Are you serious? Like,
Loves it.
Yeah, which is exactly what Liza's afraid of, that they're gonna think he's a child and he's walking in there with a lollipop.
like sucking on his lollipop.
Yeah, I just kind of think, I don't know what it is. I think I'm just different to most people because I really don't care what people think. Like, could not care. So if someone said, oh, you're dating someone younger, you're dating someone older, oh, you're this, like, couldn't care less. Yes, I am. Get over it. Like, get a more interesting life. If you have to talk about my life 24/7, then yours is probably not interesting enough.
Oh, you're so evolved.
It's really well adjusted and not normal.
It is, but I'm just like, like Michelle, like, is that your life? Just talking about me and telling all the other mums about what I'm up to?
Yeah.
Do something more fun. Yeah.
Well, that was Liza's life.
So, we're like so not on the same page, but I guess you want a different perspective.
I agree with you, but I think that this situation is also very realistic.
I guess it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's realistic because it kind of proves to Liza in a real life situation that she was in before her new younger life started that it is weird that it's not, okay, weird I guess isn't a good word.
Not socially acceptable.
It's not socially acceptable for an older woman, for a woman that's older to be with a younger man. And I'm not saying older, I'm just saying that she's older than the man significantly.
Yeah.
It's not. It's social norm.
But then, like, putting it in reverse, it's totally more acceptable for, like,
it's
the guy.
Okay.
Imagine all the guys' friends if he's dating this, young 20-year-old and he's
It's
40.
expected.
He'd be like,
They're
yes,
like,
good
that's
girl.
what divorce is
yeah,
for.
totally, yeah.
That's a great point. Think about if Liza was a man and they're like, ooh, bring your new hot young
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, totally.
If nobody would bat an eye. And that's why I love this show, because it's really challenging that social norm.
Totally. I love it.
I really wish that Liza would have said that to Michelle. Like, what if I was whatever her ex-husband's name is, and I brought my new young thing? Would you still be saying this to me? Which is that Michelle told her, this is a plaything. I didn't know you were serious.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
And I was just kind of analysing our good old Liza, and I felt she was a bit bored during the dinner. She's kind of like, I've been up to more exciting things. I felt like she was like excited to see them, but she was kind of like, this isn't as fun as it used to be.
I think she was realizing that her old life is not
Exciting.
her, or like reflective of her personality, that she's almost evolved past it. And some could say like, oh, from the outside, I think we're seeing that like Michelle and some of the people from her old life would view her as like having this midlife crisis, but I think it's really quite the opposite. I think she's finally being herself and not being stifled and put into this little box. And I think when she goes to this dinner, she realizes like, thank goodness.
Oh my God, we're so on the same page now. I'm like, fully agree with you.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to ask you, because you're obviously rockin' mama life, all about the mum life, and that's your brand. And you also are a Beverly Hills mum. You live in Beverly Hills. Yes. And I mean, that's the
like
toughest.
The Real Housewives.
That's like the toughest crowd. How do you go with the bitchy mums in the car park and look what the car they bought? Oh, did you see what Susanna's doing to think, she stopped breastfeeding? Like, how do you go with that? Because you're obviously a bit of a modern mum. You're a bit cool. You're at the AFTERBUZZ.
You just find the people that don't care about stuff. You know what I mean? Like you do like Liza's doing. You find your cool crowd of people who like don't care, that accept you for like whatever choices you make, and you let the others do what they're doing. But I think that's why this show I really liked, because it's, you guys look at it and you're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous that they would stalk her to this show and that they would like say these things and have this dinner party and be obsessed with their trellis, but like this is so very real.
Yeah.
So very
because
real.
like that's foreign.
Like, I know so many, like I know Michelle and Tom intimately. I know many Michelle and Tom.
I feel so sorry for you. I think what is great about this show is that, we think that Liza is being immature sometimes. She's growing younger, but she's evolving. She's kind of tackling a part of her life that she never got to experience, and she's tackling that part of her life with an older, more mature mind, and that's okay. And it's like, I wish I could have done that part of my, I mean, I'm doing that part of my life now, kind of, but, you know, like older and wiser. So it's a very fun point of view. We end the episode with, or wait, I'm sorry, before we end the episode, we forgot to mention that Liza ate Josh's weed pop.
Which was awesome. I love that moment. Like, I don't know, I'm a huge Sutton Foster fan, and I just, her face when she's in there and she starts to lick it, and then she's like, screw it, and just takes a giant bite of the lollipop, and you're like,
good girl,
go for it.
Yeah, just screw it, just do it.
That's what I want one of those. Oh god, now we're talking about drugs, it's inappropriate. But because I'm not for the drug life, I'm complete opposite. I'm all about fun, but I don't do drugs because it screws you up. But I was like, I would love, because I can't, like, because I'm so, like, clean eating and all of that. Like, every time I've tried to, like, smoke weed, like, I can't, it hurts my lungs. So I would love, like, a lollipop or a bit of a brownie. Because I can't, I've never been able to do it, because it's obviously a bit naughty, but, like, I mean, it's not meth. Like, I think everyone's got to do it at some stage.
It is not meth.
I don't do drugs.
Yeah. I would just, I really want to, like, have a bit of a weed cookie. Like, I haven't had one yet. Like, that's so weird.
Oh, I think I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
Hash brownies, woo! We'll do them before Younger, yeah.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, really quickly, we have an awesome Josh and Liza moment in bed together. Again, we wrap up the episode as we start it, and she confides in Josh and tells him, hey, this is what happened. He asks why she ate it, because he knows something had to have happened to have her eat it. She tells him and that she's worried she can't give him things and that there's an expiration date on their relationship. So he suggests, like, let's just get married and have kids. Boop.
Yeah, just threw that one under the table. And they just, like, moved on from it, which was
and had some sex. I wonder if it was protected or not. I don't know. Who knows? On that note, let's get into some awesome predictions.
Oh, I love all the predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
All right, Dan, you take us away.
Well, I just got a bit nervous because I just got a Snapchat from my mum, and she'll probably be like, "You're paying out your hometown again. Remember where you came from?" And like she always does, like yells at me. I was like, "Mum, like East Ghetto, like I love you, like I love my family, but like shit, like admit it." But anyway, my predictions are, I just want it to take a new route. I'm over the whole, I'm younger. I know that's the thing, but that's a common thread. Younger. Like, let's have a bit of a break from that and have like something new. Like
I think we had that with Jade.
Yeah, we do. So I just wanted to bloody say, look, I'm 40 or whatever I am. Be done with it, and then let's build on from there. I'm ready for her to say it. I'm over like this whole like, oh, do I say it? Do I not say it? So that's why I'm predicting. So then I hope it comes true. Yes.
Okay. So. Wait for it.
Wait, oh, you're smart.
I think that Hilary Duff is going to be written into the show, and she is going to out Liza. What? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I just think it would be really awesome. I think she'll like come in as like a somewhat middle-aged, like 30s, you know, kind of person in the book world who's like a little bit jealous of this new imprint nonsense. And she'll, like, somehow find out. Perhaps she's, like, the daughter or, like, niece of one of her old Jersey friends. And she'll come in and out her. That would be my own selfish writing. But in all seriousness, I think that Liza's going to end up writing this book. She's going to end up writing the pages for the imprint. And because we know Liza's a writer. And we know she's, you know, done some stuff in the past. And against everybody's better judgment, they're not going to just say, hey, this girl's off the rails, we need to sue her, or like have our lawyers draw up some paperwork telling her she's going to have to pay back the advance if she doesn't write something. I don't think they're going to be mature enough to do that, or Kelsey isn't, so I think they're going to end up trying to like cover their own tracks, and I think Liza's going to end up writing this book. I don't know where she's going to find out the dirt from, but
Josh,
and perhaps what's her face?
Her dumb daughter.
No. Her roommate's new girlfriend who's moved in. Lauren.
Yeah, she's up with it. Yeah.
Who's now moved in? Cause
is she moved in now?
Yeah, they make the joke. She was like, "Oh, is she living here now?" And she's like, "You know what they say about lesbians? Second date, they bring the U-Haul."
Ooh, boom, I like that one.
yeah.
I'm going to write that in my phone and use it, yeah. What about you, Sam? Because you're a smart cookie as well. You always have the good predictions.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear you talk, Dan, I just have to try to imitate your accent in the
can't
most
do
complimentary way possible.
We'll do it, yeah. Next week I'll be American
do
and you can
it.
be Australian.
So I
Australia.
think that we are going to see for sure Liza start to write Jade's book.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, I'm thinking end of the season that we will kind of see this out of Liza being like, yes, I wrote it. Yes, this is me. And yes, I'm proud of it because now I am younger because of what I've gone through and I have this new sense, blah, 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 blah.
I can hear it and see it, and it's so cheesy, and it's so gonna. You're so right.
Love it.
I mean, I
cheesy.
kind of hope that I'm not right. I hope there's some curveballs thrown in there. I want to see some more Charles and his or what did we call it last week?
His big penis. What do we call it? Like, I don't even know. You want to think of a good,
I guess
a funny word.
Just as big penis.
His big. Oh yeah, no, I won't say that. It's probably inappropriate.
So I really hope to see more of that, and I hope to see more of the other characters next week. And I kind of want to see Josh get down on one knee and do this for reals.
Really?
I like that. I love that.
I don't think Liza's ready for that.
I don't either. I think she'd turn him down.
I think she would turn him down.
And that is going to be the end of their relationship, and then she'll go for Charles.
That'll be the season finale. But just quickly before we go, I was going to ask a question tonight, but I'm going to put it to the viewers. I'm going to put it to you guys to have a think next week. Obviously, it's all about tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Sorry, the song that Hilary Duff covered was in my head, so I had to do that. I want to know, audience, what is the biggest lie you've ever told? And I want you guys to tweet us and message us, and we're going to reveal the top 3 lies. And then I also want a whole panel to have a think about what the biggest lie they have told, and then we will reveal.
Ooh.
I like that, yeah.
That's
Then
a
I
great
would
one.
Be telling you my lie.
Well,
Yeah, I've already got mine. I told you guys before the show.
we can write them on pieces of paper and then just guess. But for the viewers that are going to tell us your lies, we won't say your name or your YouTube name. We'll just say the lie.
Unless you want us to.
Unless you
yeah.
want us to. So interact with us. Please comment, tweet at us. Let us know your lie. Let us know what you think of the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Where can we find you guys on the social media?
Well, you can find me at Dan Babic. That's DanBabic. The Twitter's the same, but with an underscore. And that got me excited because we can play tell me lies, tell me the cover of Hilary Duff before before the show next time. We can do it a second time.
Awesome.
Yes, love
Dan
it.
just wants a whole Hilary Duff concert.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm Lindsey Miller. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rockin' Mama Life.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at samdavidsonentertainment.com and on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. We will see you guys next week.
Bye. Ready for
From
live.
executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.